Okay, so I can't not talk about this dress controversy that is all over the internet. And maybe you think it's kind of silly and stupid to be thinking about or confused about why it is that humans can look at the same thing and see two completely different colors, but I find it fascinating actually, and it kind of exciting, slightly terrifying, so that's why I decided to make a video about it today. But if you don't want to listen to more stuff about the dress, then that's okay. You can tune out and but anyways, so I will admit that at first I kind of wanted to be apathetic about the whole thing, this like whole BuzzFeed originated craze about color patterns that everyone like it just seemed like clickbait, so I want to be like, oh, that's stupid, who cares. But then I decided to look at the dress myself and see what the big deal was about. And to me, the dress is white and gold. No matter what white balance you put on it, I would say it's white and gold. But to my sister, it's black and blue. So it turns out that to the majority of people, the dress is white and gold. But it also turns out that that majority is incorrect, and other pictures of the dress show that it is actually indeed black and blue. So that was kind of weird, because I think when you're looking at something and you're like, how the heck are we looking at the same thing and seeing two different color patterns? And it was really driving me crazy. And so I started, thinking of all of these like silly theories in my head. Like, is it something like, have I been looking at the computer for too long? Is it something like the rods in my cones in my eyes are damaged? Like, what is going on? It's almost like terrifying that someone can have such a completely different, like literally different perception of something and while looking at the same thing. And I had to acknowledge that other people's perception was right, and in fact correct, because the dress was actually black and blue. So if anyone's lying, it's the white and gold people, and I promise you I'm not lying. It really looks white and gold in the picture. So anyways, so today I happened to watch two explain videos from two of my favorite science explanation YouTube channels. The first was ASAP Science, and it kind of provided a like scientific explanation for like the color constancy and how we interpret the color of something based on the lighting that we expect to be present there. So there's not much around the dress, like the setting. We don't know what else is going on in the picture. So our brain has to sort of interpret what lighting color to make up for it. We'll watch the video. It makes more sense. So I was like, oh, okay. And then I watched another video by SciShow, which is another YouTube channel that explains the dress, and that has like they provided like a very less definitive answer of why it is that we're all seeing different colors. And they kind of like it Hank Green, he just kind of like tossed aside the whole, he was like, it's not, nothing's wrong with your eyes, but it's just perception. It's human perception is completely different. And so that really got me thinking, and I started to think about perception in general. And I think like this very literal example that two people can look at the same thing and see something different, based on their interpretation and how their brain configures it. Like this very literal example of that, I think can be like expanded to actual like social situations that people can experience. And be in the same place and time and both see something completely different based on their brain, essentially. Their brain, their experiences, who they are. And I found that kind of a beautiful connection to make between the whole dress debacle thing and just human consciousness and the diversity between perceptions of people. And yeah, and another thing is like I kind of am, I think like a lot of people are really frustrated that people keep talking about the dress, but like I love it because I think that it kind of shows that really intrinsic quality of human nature that is curious. And I think it's okay for us to get excited about things like, why are my eyes seeing things differently? What is happening? And like freaking out about really like basic, interesting things that can be explained by science, even though we haven't kind of figured it out yet, because it's just like happened like however, yes, a couple days ago or something. But basically, it's just kind of cool because it reminds me that even if a person isn't like scientific in their lifestyle or profession, they have a very intrinsic like scientific curiosity that is just common to all humans. So like Republicans, Democrats, like people of all races and cultures, we're all interested in why we're seeing two different colors for this dress. And it's kind of like an equalizer, because that scientific curiosity of like the natural world is so intrinsically common to like all human beings. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, so the dress thing blew my mind. I'm sorry if it didn't blow yours.